Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. It's been a minute since I recorded a video for YouTube. I don't even have a reason why I haven't recorded, but yeah. Or maybe I know why I haven't been creating. A lot has been happening in my mind. But first, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So on today's video, I decided that while getting ready, let me just reflect on the year 2025, just look back and appreciate the good that has happened and check the lessons from what was supposed to teach me some few life lessons. Starting off this year, I was still waiting for my results for my research work because I was doing my MBA. So, when you are doing research, you don't get your result immediately or when the university releases the results for everyone because the marking process there is just too lengthy. So most of the time we get our own degree complete around February, March, somewhere there. Actually, I think this happens throughout the year because for research things are slightly different. So I've been always been a person who this is actually not a good trait because I always try to downplay my achievements. I don't know why I do this. I don't know who I'm trying to make feel better. Is it me or what's happening? But that's a story for another day. So a part of me already knew that I've passed, but I just wanted to make sure that I get the final result before I celebrate the fact that I have finished my MBA and I was about to graduate. And that also made me slack a bit in terms of planning for my graduation and all of that because I wanted to see those final results first before I do an actual planning, which sort of affected me negatively because I ended up doing things on the last minute, which wasn't ideal because I had already planned like pre-planning, that one that isn't like putting where you are not putting action into the planning. But anyway, nevertheless, around February we got our I got my feedback. Let me put it like that because we don't get it all at the same time. It's very like interesting how this whole research thing is done. But anyway, so I got my first feedback and then I was sort of given a pass subject to. I still had some corrections to do, and this was such a draining thing because I thought I was done with this research. But nevertheless, I did the corrections and then I sent it back. But guys, just so you know, if you're planning to do masters, the process is just so lengthy. Even after completing your research, putting together the paper and sending it for marking, there's still a whole lot more that happens after that I was not aware of. But anyway, moving on, eventually I got my results, which leads me to the first major milestone of this year was me graduating.
Bongiwe Nkambule. Spumelele Ntuli. Siyabonga Pakati.
That moment, it represented discipline, sacrifice, and resilience. It was actually proof that I could commit myself to something long term and see it through. I also got to celebrate this achievement with my close friends and family, even though I couldn't host everyone at the time because of the location and the timing, of course. I was so happy to have some of my friends and some of my family members, but I wish I could have all of them, but unfortunately I couldn't. But maybe in the future we can have something big. But this phase or this part of my year was so much beautiful. I was so grateful to God for everything that He has done for me. Hence, the theme of my event was seeds of gratitude, because I was just reflecting on how my life has been and how faithful God has been to me throughout my adult life, and even when I was still a baby, not knowing what was going on in my life. But it was just a very beautiful time to just like appreciate everything that God has or had done for me or is doing for me, because every single day of my life, He is faithful. So blessed. Moving right along, mid-year, I took my first international flight. Okay. I went to Ghana. It was my first time traveling outside South Africa, and it was such a beautiful experience. Seeing a different culture, meeting new people, and just stepping outside my comfort zone. If you're South African, you know that most of us don't actually travel that much. So you can imagine the excitement when I was just going through those security checks gates, because it's quite different from your domestic security check gates, checks gate or check gate, whatever. But that experience, it made me realize that okay, this is what's happening in other places, and it's just beautiful to see how people live their lives outside what I would normally see on a day-to-day here in South Africa. Anyway, I also bought myself a new phone. Okay, this has to be stated in this video. Don't judge me. Because I bought it cash. Okay, I bought it cash. I've always, not always, but for all the phones that I've used that I bought for myself, I've always used contracts. So this one I was like, nah, let me buy it cash, and I bought it cash. So small wins matter too. Okay. But 2025 wasn't only about the wins. I also experienced deep loss this year. I lost two people in my life that are family, even though my other brother isn't a blood brother, but he was like a brother to me, and may their souls rest in peace. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that we won't be able to see them anymore. And that's the strangest thing about losing someone. It's the realization that you will never see them again in this life, as in physically see them again. But we thank God for healing, and you know, as time goes, you learn to accept other things. And it made me realize that yes, umuntu uyakhula, like umuntu uyakhula. But yeah. And so, yeah, another thing that I would like to celebrate is the fact that I started this YouTube channel, even though I haven't been committing myself so much into it. But I am so glad that I eventually started it, and I am praying and hoping that next year is going to be better in this content creation thing, because I really do want to grow in it, and I see myself somewhere. Like I have a vision of where I want to be as far as content creation is concerned. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I don't know the reasons why I haven't been creating, but I actually do know why. It's just that I'm not sure if I have the right words to put it, but I just wanted to be sure, or I just want to be sure that whatever content I decide to put out there is something that I actually want to do. I don't want to find myself being all over the place, trying to create content for YouTube, trying to create content for TikTok, for Instagram, because those are the three platforms where I actively post. So I'm just trying to find my feet and making sure that I choose the right niche. But I didn't want to not start it because I'm figuring it out. So I was like, let me figure it out while actually doing it. You know that advice where people say just start. But at the same time, I don't want just to be uploading for the sake of uploading. But 2026, let's hope and pray that it will be bigger, it will be better, because I really do want to take content creation seriously. Anyway, guys, I couldn't say or I couldn't share everything that actually happened, but I just want to say thank you to my friends, to my family for making this year a better year for me. The support, the love, I appreciate it so much. My friends actually threw me a surprise lunch when I was going for my graduation, and so grateful. Shout out to my girls. God bless you. So I will end it here for now. And I'm just hoping that this next year, 2026, by God's grace, I will be able to create more and share more. And yeah, it's just that I don't want to share for the sake of sharing. But yeah, we will see. Ukuthi uNkulunkulu usibeke happy. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye, guys. See you on my next video. I promise I'll do better.